Oh my god, I didn't even I forgot I'm the guy who reads it now. I'm not ready. We already live though. Yo,
Ah,
welcome everybody. How we doing?
welcome on in.
I don't even know how to get to the dude. It's supposed to drive. That's right. You imagine how long we've been doing this? I would have
The
this
technical
down.
No, you're
You
fine.
know,
I've been doing the intro for like 2 years. You think I'd have it memorized? I don't.
where's it under? Is it under script? No, it's not.
It's
Fuck.
literally, hold
Oh
on.
wait,
It's
no, it
under,
is.
Google Docs?
Yeah, no, we got this. Hello and welcome to the
Yes, yes.
Evil Hour, where the oh my god, the all things survival horror podcast, including experience, thoughts, hot takes. We're your hosts, the dudes of dudes, horror enthusiasts, renegades of the underground. I'm Dom slash Rastrophic, and I'm here with.
Sean Graves.
In today's episode, we will discuss video game environments that we would like to visit in real life is what I kind of put down.
Yeah, our favorite video game environment. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
10-second intro. Okay, so Dom, how's it been the past 3 weeks?
Very busy. Yeah, 10-second intro. Anyway, very busy. I've been just working my ass off, man. And the times that I don't have to work, I shouldn't say I don't have to work. The times that, I have like the day off or whatever, I've been spending it recording for my moto vlog channel and whatnot. So that is
Kicking off, by the way.
oh, dude, love it, love it. That is that street bog
Yeah.
guy on YouTube, and I've been loving it though. I've been really enjoying it. It's been great. So, and I went through a procedure which went well. I haven't got the results back, but with that being said, don't worry about when I say I went through a procedure. Don't be like, oh my god, like it's nothing severe or anything. It's just more like I'm still trying to figure out my IBS symptoms because I got low key diagnosed with IBS. I say low key because we don't know for
Right.
sure if it is IBS. So
Got it. Got it. Well, um, you know, speaking on that, like 2026 has been like I feel personally trying to murk all my friends and family. So that's why like when I saw a picture of you, I was like this, no, not another one. I can't
yeah,
handle this. Like,
no,
but I'm
2026
glad that you're
for me, man, has been such a successful year, especially coming from 2025 because it was like I was getting no
Mhm.
answers. I was still searching for a bike. I still wanted to moto vlog. I still wanted to do all these
Yeah.
things and it wasn't happening. It's like, well, the end of 25, I got all that stuff. But then it's like 2026 happened. It's like we're starting the moto vlog. I'm getting answers in my IBS figured out. I got my Harley. I built it. That was the main thing. I built my dream
Mhm.
bike. So it's been working out great for me, man. But what about you though? What about you?
Absolutely. Well, I'm a year older,
Oh yes.
and so yep, and like you, also busy, but mainly with work, VA, and then the usual stuff at home.
Yep.
Just doing the things. Um, and yeah, that's really been it. And retooling some ideas that I've been doing for quite some time, and then like think to myself like maybe I should just like hyper focus on that stuff and like
Right.
really show that that part of my polymath out, like where this is where my interests are and then like let's just like show you why I'm hyper focused on that and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Make it more of a journey kind of thing. So
Yeah.
um that's really it.
Stuff like
I
that. Can make it
wanted to
more of a
mention
journey.
and throw it out there that I got to see Light Bright Indie IRL. She was here locally for work, and so I was blessed to see her on Cinco de Mayo,
Nice.
and we got to have lunch. We had a couple margaritas, and then like an hour later, I'm off to work, and then literally yesterday was her last day in town,
Ah.
and so we went out to a couple of haunts that I like to go to in the Fresno area. Goldstein's Mortuary and Brewery was our first spot, and then we went to Livingston's across the street for some food,
Yeah.
and It was really fun, and we also got to see I don't know if you know, or if you've noticed, Leave It to Me in my chat
Yeah, yeah,
box
I know. Leave it to
sometimes,
me. Yeah,
but
we've
he's
talked.
also yeah. So, he's also, here locally at the time, and
Nice.
so I got to hang out with both of them,
Good,
and
good.
it was actually, like, a really good night, yeah, and it was funny because, like, I'm a night owl, so
Yeah.
by the time it's, like, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'm like, "That's it, it's only 11 o'clock. Like, we're good, like, let's keep it
See, I'm a
going." Everyone's
night
like this,
owl too,
"No, I'm
dude.
tired."
I go all the way to like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes 4, but definitely 5 is my cutoff. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But 4 sometimes is my cutoff
Yeah.
too. But dude, like the amount of work and shit I've been putting in, man, it's like I like 11, 12 o'clock, I'm out. Like,
Yeah, but I have a question about that.
what's up?
So here's me. So typically when you work like, from let's just say for example, your job starts at like 6 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah,
And you get out at like 3, okay? And we're being really generous about these times.
yeah,
After 3 o'clock, you're up until 9, and then let's just say you go to bed at 9 o'clock,
yeah.
right? And then you wake up and you do it all over again. So for me on night check, what I do is I wake up at 8 o'clock, and then I'm up from 8 to 1 doing whatever I need to do in life. And then from 1 to 2 o'clock, I'm getting ready for work. And then at 2 o'clock, I'm leaving for work to
Right.
get there by 3 to work until the evening. And then as soon as I get home, I crash,
Yep.
you know? So that back end of the day becomes my front end of the day. And I don't know if like that works for you or like do you have to
I
do both
remember I
parts?
remember when in 2024 I had to do first shift for 3 months because they had 4 people out and they were asking for help and they're like, hey, is anybody willing to come to first shift? And by the way, first shift for me is 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And dude, by the time I get home,
Mm-hmm.
because I had this thought in my head at the time, I had a different motorcycle, but I was like, dude, it was right at the peak of summer, like it just into spring. So I was like, dude, yes, I'm gonna do. I jumped on it. Nobody said yes but me. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm gonna get off work. I'm gonna ride my bike. I'm enjoy the summer at 2 p.m. Bro, every
Ah,
fucking day I got home because I'm not a first shift person. I'm not a morning person. Never have been. All my life I've been a second shifter.
okay.
I never will be a third shifter. I'll never
I
be a first
see.
shifter. And let me tell you what, every single time I got home, I hit the couch. At one point, I remember this. I tell people this story and they laugh. I'm dead ass serious. At one point, I remember I was eating food on the couch. I was falling asleep while eating food. And yeah, so
Oh.
no, I'm second shifter all the way. I love sleeping in, getting up, gotta do what I gotta do because I normally get up around like let's just say 10, 11 o'clock, some days 12 o'clock, do what
Okay.
I gotta do real
Yeah.
quick, get around, go to work, do my thing, and then I'm up till I get off at 10 p.m. and then I'm up
Mhm.
till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and that's how I live my life, and I love
Mhm.
it. When I do first shift, it's
So,
instantly home sleep, and then I fuck myself over because
that
when I
was
sleep, I get up at like 8, 9 o'clock, and then I stay. One time this happened
yeah,
before. I pulled an all nighter staying up from waking up that because I couldn't go back because I'm one of those people too. Once I go to sleep and I wake up, I'm
uh-huh,
up. I don't go back to sleep. I
yeah,
can't do it. I don't know how people do it. Yeah. So
neither.
yep. One time I called in to work. Well, I didn't call in to work. I showed up to work dead ass tired, and then I went home. And even my boss told me. I remember this to this day. He said a lot of people couldn't have done what you did. He goes, just call me when you get home, so I know that you made it home. Because he goes, I can even tell that you're not playing around. Like
Yeah,
you actually pulled an all nighter. I'm like, yep, I fucked myself.
yeah. It's so that's what kinda screwed not, like, screwed me up, like, the day of my birthday because that Thursday night, I stayed up until, the boyfriend unit woke up because I wanted to have breakfast with him.
Yeah,
So I knew in order to get me from, let's just say, midnight to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning,
yeah.
I need some coffee. So yeah, I brewed myself up a cup of coffee and brewed it up and
See,
let her
I'm
rip
not an
after that.
energy
But at least I was constantly
person too.
engaged.
Like
Yeah.
if I drink coffee, energy drink, they never work on me. I don't know if it's because I'm like
Really?
high ADHD or they never work on me. I get like a little like five
Because I know
minute
that
boost, but then the crash is like harder and it's like after the 5 minutes,
harder.
Oh my god, and I'm not even lying. Like it's literally 5 minutes. It's like okay, I'm up, and then it's like instant boom.
When you drink coffee, does it feel like it mellows you out? Like, as if, like, it's clicking you up, but, like, you're already there, so then you're just kind of, like, feeling you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense?
Sorry, I was laughing at our chat. Somebody in chat said that's actually sounds like a great idea. BRB, go get a cup of coffee. Love that. Anyway, I
Right?
want to say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah on that.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't, I can't necessarily say no or yeah, but like, or maybe, but I'm gonna say
mhm.
yeah. Like it kind of just like it brings me to here,
Yeah.
or
Like,
maybe a
yeah,
little
it
bit
kinda
lower.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Because for me, like, I don't operate without at least a cup or 2 of coffee,
really.
and then after that, I'm good for the rest of the day.
Nah,
Yeah.
see, it never
Like,
works on me. It works for like
I
five
don't know
minutes and then
why.
it's bam for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah. Because that's what I was even doing
Oh.
on first shift. Like I was drinking straight black coffee because that's the only way they drink coffee. and
Oh, speaking of, so we were at the coffee store. We
yeah,
were at the store today and we found some like coffee beans and there were like ones from Canada, Colombia,
yeah,
Mexico, like all these different places. And I looked at the boyfriend and I was like, well, let's just go on a world tour. So I filled up a bag and then as like we were about to close it, I reached in and I grabbed a bean of coffee. I popped it in my mouth and just started sucking on it.
yeah.
And he was like, "That is hardcore. That's a whole different level of espresso."
Yeah, dude, I tell my
Yeah.
wife all the time, you know I hate my life that day when I drink straight black coffee and have a cigarette. Like that's when you know like I'm like going through
Yeah.
it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
That's the only
Yeah,
way you drink
absolutely,
coffee though, man.
absolutely.
Straight black. I don't do none of that fancy stuff.
Sometimes I'll put, like, heavy cream in, like, just, like, a little bit of heavy
Yeah.
cream and then, pour it in and then just, like, let it cloud up and then I'll drink it that way. Back when I was in the military, when we were doing 12s, it was always black coffee because you could never
Yeah.
find coffee creamer anywhere or anything like
Yeah.
that, so it was always just or you would go and get cheesecloth from the line shack, where the line rats are at, rip off a whole bunch of cheesecloth, and you would rip those into small little
And
pieces, put
then,
a little bit of coffee into that,
yeah,
wrap it up, and then just
put
pop
it
it in your
right in your
mouth and
mouth.
just
Yep.
yep, mhm, yep. And people would be like, "Oh, I didn't know you dipped, Sean." I was like, "Do I really look like the person who dips?
Look,
Do I really look like that
only
person?"
time I dip, and I don't really do it no more. Well, I shouldn't say I don't. Well, the one I still do, but fishing and hunting is the only time I dip. I don't hunt no
Oh,
more, but
okay.
fishing, I definitely dip. Just because the fact
Camping?
I would, eh, I'd probably smoke if I
I'm
can.
more of like I'm more of like, let's, like, bust out, like, the quiche and, like, just, like, smoke
Because
the whole time, or
I'm
at least be
yeah,
levitated
yeah, yeah.
the whole
Like
time.
I like when it comes to that kind of stuff, I like to be one with nature, as weird as that sound. So it's just like and this is what I
Not
tell
weird at all.
people all the time is whether you're smoking or vaping or anything, when I'm fishing, man, I'm touching
Yeah,
fish, I'm touching water, I'm touching worm guts and worm poop. I don't want to light up a cigarette
and
with
dirt.
that. Yeah, dirt. You know, I don't want to
Yeah,
light up a cigarette. I don't want to touch
yeah.
my vape. So that's why I just put in a chaw, is what we call it, and
Mhm.
you fucking
Yeah,
just do
mhm.
your thing, and that's the only time I do it though, is when I'm fishing or hunting. I don't hunt
Yeah,
no more,
no,
but
I get
definitely
that.
fishing. I still fish, so I will dip with fish.
Did you
Or
shoot or did you bow?
I just
Did you
shot.
shoot or did you bow?
So I did
Oh, okay.
have bows before, but I never actually went bow hunting, and I only went like small
Okay.
game. I never actually tried to get a buck because here's my
Compound or
thing.
recurve?
Compound. Yeah, I
Compound?
did
Okay.
have a recurve boat. Fuck that. Yeah, dude, I
Really?
had like a
I
hundred and
love
ten
recurves.
pound line on it though, and so it was like,
That's where you fucked up.
and it was mainly for like
Like, no,
shooting,
that's where you
not
fucked up.
yeah. No, so like
Yeah.
I never went for like deer or anything because I'm that type of person. So that's what I love about my state and small game. Small game is like you get like five, five of each or 10 of
Mhm.
each. I forget what it is. It could have changed now. This was back
Yeah.
in 2017. I'm talking about 2016. And so the reason why I never went deer hunting, I love deer meat though. Oh my god, I love deer meat. But
Oh,
because
yeah, venison is
when
the
I see
best.
a deer it's like I don't want to have to buy the points, aka the tags and everything. And those of you that can relate, I don't want to see a deer and be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can shoot him. I just want there it is. As fucked up as it sounds, but that's why I love
No,
small game though, because it's like
that
okay, you get
reminds
5
me
or
of
10. There's a squirrel. Boom.
that reminds me of a classic South Park episode, I think
Yeah,
like season 1 or
yeah.
season 2,
When
where the boys start they're like Jimbo and, what the fuck is the other
oh,
guy's name?
dude,
But anyway, the
Jimbo and
uncle,
yeah.
they're like they're like, "He's got a gun!" And then they just, like,
But,
unleash
like,
all the bullets on Bambi.
I like when Eric gets the gun. He's got sweet, I got a gun, and freaking Kyle says something, he aims the gun at him, and Jimbo's like, "Whoa, you're gonna spill your beer." Look at Ed. That's
Classic.
it, Ed.
Ed and Jimbo.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. Mhm.
All right, so
Alright, man.
going on. You want me to start with it?
By the way, I have a laundry list
Hell yeah.
of places I would wanna go. If I could, I would. So, just so you know, I looked up, like, the video game consoles that I think man, we normally do 3s, but I was like, "You know what? I could really just sum this up real fast if we go through every
Yeah.
single console."
Yeah, you're good on
Um,
that. Real quick, I
do you mind if I start off on Super Nintendo?
go for it.
Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2. There's something about the jungle of
Damn.
Donkey Kong and then the piracy
I
and,
love it.
like, the other worlds that are set up. And here's the thing, every single time I play Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong Country 2,
Yeah.
I visit all my games in VR. Dude, I fucking wish we could do that with Donkey Kong Country. There's a
It's probably a
forest
mod.
world where, like, all the ghosts of the pirates, live in,
Yeah.
right? As far as, like, levels and things, and there's just something about not only the music, but, like, the visuals and, like, the three-dimensional, like, platforming
Yeah.
feel to it that just makes you go like, "Oh, I could totally be in this forest and be totally at ease," you
Right.
know? Yeah, it's kinda spooky, but it's not, like, spooky, spooky. So, anyway, those are my first 2,
Oh
for
yeah.
Super Nintendo. Um, 10 out of 10, would totally go and visit Donkey Kong's Island if I could.
Mine, I'm gonna send you pictures here just so when we edit this, you can add them in or not. I don't care, but so people know exactly what I'm talking about because unfortunately I'm not that smart when it comes to this. But mine are, if you look on your Discord, is these parts of Elden Ring. I would like to say, so where you see like the
Oh,
toppest part of the game, and then you can see the Ender Tree glowing in gold, and then there's the
yeah.
second part where once you become the Elden Lord it all goes to shit, or you're becoming the Elden Lord and it all goes to shit and fiery and everything, and the ash and the trees dying. I would love to see that point at the highest point of Elden Ring and just looking over and just kind of like just chilling. Yeah.
Can I just say the picture on the right, the one where I guess you're the Elden Lord and
Yeah.
then you're in that part,
Yeah.
if you look at it, it kinda looks like a skull.
I see what you're saying right there's the eyes. Holy fuck.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
see what you're saying.
The eyes, the
Yeah,
hook
the
nose, and
nose.
then, like,
Yep.
the teeth underneath.
Holy
Did you
crap.
see that first, or did I
No,
just,
you
like
just now
no?
pointed that out
Oh.
and now I see it. Wow.
I have this weird superpower where I could see, like, pictures and go like, "Oh,
The Elden Ring
that
is
looks like a skull,"
badass.
and people are like,
Love it.
"What?"
Actually, I have 2 Souls
Is
games
there a
on here.
connection there?
What's that?
Is there a connection to why that, like,
Oh, so basically,
why the,
so when you first join in, this Ender Tree is like the life, and there's by the way, there's like 8 fucking endings to Elden Ring. I only got the main one, so I don't know what the other ones are. Basically, the tree of it's the
Okay.
Ender Tree, it's the life and all that stuff. And then when you become an Elder Lord, the tree is dying, and you gotta like
Oh,
I'm gonna fuck this up. People are gonna be pissed off at me because I really didn't pay attention that hardcore to the story. But anyway, and it's just like then instead of like the nice leaves, gold leaves falling around the earth, it's literally ashes and
yeah.
everything. Dude, it's so dark and demented. It's
Oh,
so fucking awesome, man. So
okay, cool.
yeah,
Hey, Now what draws you into that again?
It's just the scenery,
Like,
man.
just
It's
the
just because it's like the one
the
is just
duality?
yeah, it's just like the one like I if I had to picture myself, it's kind of like what I told you about the whole coffee thing. Like when I'm having like a dark day
Yeah.
is when I drink black coffee and have a cigarette. It's kind of like that. It's like the one that I would like to like visit like when it's just my normal day and when I'm just in that dark mood, I want the other one. The ashes falling, the
Hmm.
trees on fire and dying, and it's just like I kind of want that. But yeah, so the tree symbols as a golden order, acting as a vessel in the Elden Ring power of directing the life force in the lands between. So yeah, so when it dies, I'll show you that summary once you
That's
ask your
neat.
question.
I was gonna say, is it something that you can go from I suppose the first photograph, the one with, like, the golden leaves and everything, that's, like, at the beginning of the game, correct? And then you
Yes,
have the
yes,
later half of the
yeah,
game being
towards
that portion of it?
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's what's just cool to
That's
me about the
interesting,
game.
that's really neat. I like that. I really, really like that.
So what's your second? Yeah,
My next one is it's a duo again.
that's fine.
Um, on the N64, Mario 64 and
I
Banjo-Kazooie.
love it. All right, let's hear it.
Right? Yeah. I like that, like, I thought it was a really cool like, imagine being, like, 10 or, like no, yeah, maybe 9 or 10 years old, and you can go into a castle, and every picture is a whole new environment to jump into,
Okay.
from dry rocks to, um, big island, little island to, that other level with that damn monkey that tries to steal Mario's
Yeah.
cap and all that shit.
Yeah.
To bomb ob, like all the things. So it's whimsical and even going to King Boo's
Oh yes.
mansion,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like that whole thing. Yeah, that was freaking ace, man. Or like again, there's a lava level, there's a gaseous maze. Like there was so much like content and like worlds to explore in Mario 64. And same for Banjo-Kazooie, because again, you're doing like the picture thing, right? Where you have to put
Right.
the puzzle pieces to complete
Believe
the
it or not,
pictures
I
and then
actually
you can
was
go to
never
those
really into
worlds.
Banjo Kazooie though. I really never was. I have played it, but I never really was. But
Oh,
Mario
okay.
64 is my shit, and you're going so smart about this because I never thought about
Yeah.
the whole like I'm thinking about like walking up to these I never thought about okay when I get there you can go into the pictures and visit different worlds in it. That's so fucking smart. Here I am sticking
Yeah.
to one thing.
No, you're fine. No,
I'm
no, no, you're
fucking
fine.
myself over right now. Real quick, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm
You're
sorry.
fine, you're fine. You're good. It's just the way that, like, again, with, like, Banjo-Kazooie, you've got the normal kind of, like, typical world, and then you've got, a, uh, a treasure like an island in the middle of the ocean kind of thing with pirates and clams and all that stuff and like a kamikaze shark coming after you. Um, and then in the next one you can do like they actually in Banjo-Kazooie, it's here's the crazy part. So there are some levels from Donkey Kong 64 that were actually supposed to be hold on, which one came out first? I think it was Banjo-Kazooie that came out first. But regardless of which, Banjo-Kazooie was developed by Rare, which
I
also
know,
developed
yeah,
the Donkey
by
Kong
the Donkey
64
Kong, yeah.
games. There's a tell to this, and here's two levels that tells you like which ones made it to Donkey Kong 64, which ones didn't make it to Banjo-Kazooie.
What's that?
So in Donkey Kong 64, the second world you go into is a Egyptian themed level.
Okay.
There's also an Egyptian themed level in Banjo-Kazooie. They look completely different, but they also have a lot of the same things going on for like you can go into a pyramid, you can go into a sphinx, you have quicksand, you've got like all these different like
Right.
things that I feel like they kind of retooled it for Donkey Kong 64. But
Okay.
then way later on in the game, there's this other level. I believe it's a oh god, it's been for years since I've been to it, but Essentially, it's like different seasons of the year that you go to. So
Yeah.
you could be in the spring world or you could be in the summer and fall and winter. And there's a tree in the middle. And Banjo Kazooie also has a level that has a tree in the middle. And then every quarter of it or surrounding it is a different season of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's not necessarily a chicken and the egg situation, but you
Right.
can tell that like the ideas that they did for Banjo-Kazooie, they were like, "Oh, we could actually probably do this better or like make it more flushed out
Right.
for Donkey Kong 64." Not that I would go and visit Donkey Kong 64. That was a hot
Yeah.
freaking dog mess. But but for the most part, I would stick with Banjo-Kazooie,
Okay.
Mario 64. So,
So,
yeah.
honorable mention real quick because you remind me of the tree in the middle. Zelda Ocarina of Time. I don't care what part. Love it. Yep. We visit. Honorable mention. Not
Yeah.
gonna go into detail with it, but anyway. Um.
Hyrule.
So
That
for
is classic Hyrule for you. Me, it
oh
would be
yeah.
like, Link to the Past.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So mine would be
Oh, okay, what
specifically
is this?
this area in Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. Those of you that are a Bloodborne fan,
Yeah,
beautiful. And
you're a
honestly,
Bloodborne fan.
honestly, if I had to tell you, Elden Ring is a perfect fucking game. Great story, great game. But if you're not into Souls game, I say play Bloodborne because it was a Souls game that made me understand and understood how to play a Souls game. And to me, and people are gonna find this crazy,
Oh.
Bloodborne was the easiest Souls game I ever played. What is going on in this picture is this I spoiler alert here, sorry. But this game's been out since 2015. So if you never played it and you don't know
So,
this
it's
part,
really on
screw
you if
you.
you didn't do your
Yes, but
yeah.
I'm gonna spoil it for you though. This is the ending of Bloodborne, the very
Oh,
ending, and that person that you're seeing that's about to get hacked, that's you, and you
yeah.
get two choices.
Oh.
You can either sacrifice yourself, or you could battle that motherfucker with the scythe. And I'm glad I didn't because I was going to because I was like, nah, I got this. I'm fucking the Elden Lord. Like I'm level 100. I looked up that boss battle. Buddy, I will show you it real quick. Oh, well, not now, but later. But
Oh,
holy fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I sacrificed myself, but that whole scenery, I just love. The moon in the background,
Yeah.
there's flowers, and like the Bloodborne story is so awesome and dark. It's like kind of like the Dark Souls 3 stories where like everything around you is they really went on a trial or I shouldn't say trial, but a trail of everything's just fucking dying around you and
Mhm.
you can't fucking stop it. Like plants, animals, fucking people, like
Oh.
everything. So this is kind of how this was, whereas like everything's dying. It's just so dark, and I love the atmosphere in this. And that scene right there is actually my background and a lot of stuff, and I love it. So yeah, that's not
That is
actually my
amazing. I
character,
love that
which really even puts the Hershey kiss, if you would say, to this picture of my picture. I'll try to get my picture for you. It's on my PlayStation because Bloodborne came out on PlayStation,
sure.
nothing else. But what even made this picture
Oh,
so
damn.
better is my person's actually wearing a huge ass witch hat, like the classic witch hat, with the
Oh,
bent. And
yeah.
so the moon with it, and I'm wearing like a witch costume with it. Actually, I'll try to find a picture right now as I'm talking. But with the moon and the hacking about to happen, it matched so perfect. And I was like, dude, that's
So what's the
crazy.
relevance of you getting, having to sacrifice yourself? Like, is it
It's
like
kind of like, do you want to skip this boss fight? I mean, there's more to the
oh,
story. There's more to the lore because
oh, okay.
again, different endings. So if you sacrifice yourself, good job.
Mhm.
This is what you were here
Yeah.
for. But again, if you kill that guy, I think it's a different ending. I think it was one of those things where I beat the game, didn't want to play it again. Unlike Elden Ring, because Elden Ring was such a great game. I have now beaten it 3 times, never got different endings, but God, I love Elden Ring. But yeah, so it's kind of one
Okay.
of those things. And towards
It's
the
all about
end,
the journey.
yeah, so towards the ending of my first playthrough of Bloodborne, and again, you gotta remember, I never understood Souls games. Bloodborne is what taught me how to play Souls games. So I towards once I
Okay.
finally got to the end, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm done. Kill me," literally. But I love that
I
scene.
get
I would
that.
love to visit
Yeah.
that in real life. And again, later on in this podcast, if Sean edits the videos, he'll post the pictures in there. But for those of you that
Yeah, for
know though
sure.
what I'm talking about, it's the ending of Bloodborne, and that scene is so amazing.
Yeah. It looks really dreamlike
Oh,
too.
dude, it's so
Almost poetic, really. Like you're like at the end of your journey or something like that, and
yeah,
then
exactly.
like
And see, that's how
this
Elden
boss
Ring
shows
makes
up.
you
Yeah.
freaking feel the whole time. That's why I love it. It's just like Jesus Christ, like it's yeah. Here you go, Sean, real quick.
Really cool. I'm trying to figure out, is this
This
like a
was
farm or something like that? 'Cause like the
that was my
Oh, that's kinda
costume.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
that was my costume when I was wearing when that scene happened. And like, but the hat
Oh,
was
wow.
way
Yeah, with
taller,
the
dude. And so like
yeah.
it was perfect for that scene. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's really neat.
Hey, what's your
Wow.
third
I
one
did not
there?
look up any Here's the thing, I didn't look up, like, any pictures
Oh,
for,
I
like,
needed
any of the things that, like,
inspiration.
you're showing me, and
100%.
I'm over here going like this. Oh yeah, we could totally talk about that. I'm like, I'm gonna start from the very beginning of my gaming life and go forward from there and just like highlight, oh, I really like these environments. These were good ones. Um, okay, well, after the N64, there was a GameCube.
Oh god. See, I never got into
And the only,
GameCubes.
it really was a
I had
boondoggle phase,
one.
and here's why. Yeah, but like I mean, aside from all the SpongeBob SquarePants, like, video games that came out on it, like, I
Nah, if you
really
want me to
had,
be
like,
honest
maybe
with
a
you real quick,
handful.
I think the thing that popped
Mhm.
GameCube off besides the Super Smash Bros and all that other shit, obviously, Mario Kart and all that. I really do
Yeah.
think the GameCube was so successful because of Mario Party games. The amount of Mario Party games that
Oh,
came out on GameCube is ridiculous.
yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they still make Mario Party
Well,
games now, but like on the GameCube, dude, there's like 9 of them. Not really. I'm just being over exaggerated, but there was
there's
a
yes,
lot.
but here's the thing, the caveat here's the peculiar situation that GameCube was living in. You have the Xbox coming down the pipeline, you have the PlayStation 2 out, and the
Right.
PlayStation 2 was internet compatible. The Xbox was coming out as internet compatible to play like Halo and things like that live. What did the GameCube have? It didn't have
You can
that
play with your
capability.
family just like any other Nintendo resell. It's a family console. Nah, joking.
Right, it was a family console. It was the last of its kind.
Oh my god. And the
But
controller.
yeah, Luigi's Mansion, the control. No, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Oh, I'm
If you look
shitting
at
on
like
it.
the N64 controller, oh,
Dude,
because if you look at the
N64
N64 controller and then you
look,
look at like the GameCube controller, it's like
I will give you
thank
that.
God we went back to something
I
normal.
will give you that. All right. The N64 controller was a design choice. All right. I'll give you that. But this
Yes.
is coming from a late 90s baby, by the way. The GameCube
Yeah.
controller is by far the worst compared to Nintendo 64. Oh my god, dude! I Nintendo 64 all day compared to the GameCube, bro. What was the little C
No. Oh
for?
my
I
God.
don't get it. What was the little C for? It pissed me off so much.
What was it's like hold on. So
I will fight you for it with this.
you've got the D-pad over here. You
Yeah,
got a joystick in the middle, and then you've got like your buttons over yonder, and then you
yeah,
got a Z button down
perfect.
here. How am I supposed to jump?
You're right, but
What?
it's
How
perfect.
am I supposed to?
Yeah. You play 007 and Perfect Dark and fucking Zelda Ocarina of Time on
I did.
GameCube.
I did. I have. I did. I have. But you know what?
It
Maybe those
worked.
games were
Oh,
built around that because it was built around that
yeah, you're right.
controller. You didn't have
You're
to worry
right.
about the left bumper. Like,
You're right.
which is why when you bring it back to normal,
Yeah,
where you have everything ergonomically right there ready for you,
you're right. Although I
you
do
can't
have to say,
lose.
and this has come from also a PC gamer here now. The one thing that I
Yeah.
always loved about Xbox compared to PlayStation, like I'm a PlayStation kid too. Before I was PC, I was strictly
Mhm.
PlayStation. Fuck Xbox, you know. But I do love Xbox controllers because the thumbsticks were like this. In my opinion, way
Mhm.
comfortable no matter what you're playing. Call of Duty, anything like that. I'm trying to think of other games back in
Yeah.
hell, Left 4 Dead, all that shit.
Uh, uh,
Compared to this,
do you remember
which nothing
do
was
you
wrong
remember
with that, but
the what were they called? They were
oh, I
called
use
Wildcat controllers. Do you remember
yeah,
those?
dude, Wildcats, bro. But no, I even for
Oh,
my
they were the
PC, I use the
best,
Xbox
right?
controller for my PC, and I can use my
Yeah.
PlayStation controller. I choose to
Yeah.
use that, like,
Yeah.
which that's rarely used. That's
Yeah.
mainly for emulators and whatnot. But anyway, yeah. So that's my second one
That makes sense. Yeah. Luigi's Mansion on the
though.
GameCube.
Ooh, damn, that's a damn.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm saying that in a good
Yeah.
way too. That's a I didn't even think of that. Fuck. All
I'm
right,
just
why
saying, like, I
so?
think
I'm
it's
I'm
kinda, like,
curious.
cool
Why?
that well, I mean, it's honestly like the I would say it's the first mainstream Nintendo horror like, what do you call it?
It was a children's horror.
Scary house
It was.
game.
Yeah.
It was a children's horror game, and it really was yeah. But, like, again, like, even, like, a mansion doing a Resident Evil Luigi,
Yeah.
you know, mansion game
Yeah.
essentially, it makes you wanna wander, like, through the
I'm
house or
not gonna lie. I
through the
seen the
mansion, the
newer one,
backyard.
and I'm even like, damn. Like as an adult, like
Yeah.
not jump scare, but
Yeah.
like it kind of gives you like a oh
Yeah.
shit, And for as a
Yeah.
child, I imagine
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
terrifying. As a child, for me, I got fucking
And
traumatized by Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Like,
the boss fights also, like, give you something to
good.
kind of appreciate for.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the more important like, I would say more important, but one of the, important boss battles that kinda, like, still stuck with me today is, there's a baby ghost that has, like, a rattle and things like that, and it,
Really.
like, makes these, like, ghosts, like, rocking chairs
Oh,
fly
that's
by
cool.
and things like that, but you have to, like, suck up a ball and, like, shoot it at the baby.
Mhm.
Um But, like, it makes you feel like, okay, the boss battles are meant to be boss battles, like, these are
Right.
epic moments
Thanks for
throughout
the
the game,
follow.
you know? Um Aw, thanks for the follow, my guy. Hell yeah, dude. Um, and, like, yeah, like, I don't know, just yeah, Luigi's Mansion. I think it has a
No,
really
that's
great
perfect. I
environment.
love that.
All of
Yeah,
it.
I didn't even
Everything
think of
from
that.
the attic to the basement, like, you kinda have, like, a moment where, like, as you're playing and wandering through the mansion that you're just kinda like, "Ooh, I don't know if I'm ready to go down to the basement today."
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Like you
Like,
said, and then like you
yeah.
get rewarded, and it actually feels like a reward. And I the boss
Mhm.
battles, I do gotta say, like they're fun too. It's just like you grab them, you bah,
Yeah.
bah, and
Yeah.
it's just like oh shit, all right, now it's stage three.
And another thing about those games, at least for the first one, I haven't played the second one or the third one yet,
Believe
but
it or
I
not,
have
I
seen them
actually
in
never played
passing, is
Luigi's Mansion. I only watched gameplay from it. Yeah,
really? Oh, okay, well, I would suggest playing the first one.
yeah,
It's a banger.
okay.
But, like, the thing that I really like and sometimes, like, video games back in the day did this, and I know that more video games are doing this too, is that, they'll, like, tell you, like, "If you press the B button, it does this thing," and then you do it, like, the one time, and you never do it again. Like, we
Right.
never revisit that thing, that
Yeah.
trick that we had to learn,
Right.
and then 20 hours later, you're like, "Oh my god, how am I supposed to dodge again?" You
right.
know, like, that crap, you know?
So
Yeah.
I'm not, and this is the God honest truth. I'm not doing this just because of what our podcast is. I'm not doing this because of what our fan base is. But believe it or not, I'm going with the theme here. If you see,
Yes, that was on my list.
I love this area, and for those of you that obviously can't see this picture, this is the starting of Silent Hill 2. Without the monsters and bullshit, this whole scenery of this whole game is
Yeah.
fucking a
It's
masterpiece. And
it's
specifically the
the
first one.
spot where
Mhm.
yeah. Mhm.
Because it's just like, I don't know, man. I hate to say it like this, and this has come from an ex smoker, but this is a spot where you would just bring it. Like, this is that spot that you're like, hey, man, I know a spot where we could smoke. It is.
Yeah.
It's like it has that
Yeah,
perfect
isn't
fog.
it?
You got that woods. It just got done raining, so it's all damp. and it's just I could feel the humidity, and I love it.
Yeah.
So again, I'm
Yeah,
not doing that.
actually, I
I'm
played a
not.
little bit.
What's up?
I was gonna say I revisited Silent Hill 2 after, fuck, I think, like, half
Yeah,
a
I need to
year of
pick
not
it
playing
back
it,
up. Yeah.
and right? And it's not that I don't like it, it's just that I'm on so many other things, and so, like, as I was playing it, I was like, "Oh my." I was also levitated, but,
Yeah.
like, as I was levitated and playing Silent Hill 2, I was like, "Yeah, there's a reason why I like playing this game. It's got so much environment to give, like, the
Oh my
environment
god, it
tells a
does.
story as you're going through
Really
it, you know?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love
Yeah.
every bit of it. I mean, it's I mean, I don't really got much to say of it. You know it, I know it. If you're a Silent
Right.
Hill fan, you know it. So again, I'm not doing that
I
just
wrote
because of our
down.
podcast. As you see, I'm kind of going with like a little bit of a dark theme, I guess you could say, but I don't mean to.
Yeah.
But it's just like the dark themes is what makes me feel more open, more like humble, more like again, like, hey, bro, I got this
Yeah.
spot we can smoke at. Like, just chill.
I wrote down I wrote down for the PlayStation 2, Silent Hill 2,
Yeah,
Silent Hill 4, and this is a video game that, was pretty much like my first MMO, not MMORPG, but RPG game called Dark Cloud. Because,
that
as
sounds
we've
very
talked
familiar.
about on our podcast with Silent Hill 4, um, Silent Hill 4 has, like, that apartment complex feel to it, but then, like, you can go out of it
Oh,
and
I
go and
know this
explore
game.
different
Yeah.
areas.
I never played it, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember seeing this
yeah.
at like video game stores to rent and everything. Because I remember he
So,
always looked like
crazily
Link to
enough,
me.
he sounds like Link in the
Does
game.
he?
He does the "Hiya!"
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I used to call him Off-Brand Link,
He really was, dude.
and his character name, I think, in the game is, like, Toan or something like that, Toan, Toan? I don't know. I'd be surprised if I even remember the main character's name because I used to just call him Link.
I'm fine for you.
Oh, you're good. But yeah, the thing about Dark Cloud is like it starts off on like a really, really
Yeah,
dark
Towen.
like theme of Toan. Okay. So the story Toan's story is about there's a kind of like a militia group that is trying to take over the world. And so what they do is they hire a guy to find a powerful weapon. Well, they decide, you know what? The most powerful weapon that we can possibly find is a dark genie. So they do this like seance dance at the very beginning, and everyone's in sequence, PlayStation 2 way, 2
Yeah.
style.
I love
And
that style, by the way. Very blocky, very,
uh, very
yeah.
blocky and like doing the things, you know. Anyway, um so while everyone's doing the little seance to bring this dark genie to life, the general is like everything's in control, coming together, and the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And then like the shadows is like this other character who's like infiltrating, trying to like stop them or at least get the intel out. Well, the dark genie gets resurrected, and he eats the doctor because the dark genie is like, I haven't had a meal in like over 2 million years. And so then the guy's like, I am your master. I brought you here to lie. I brought you out. You owe me one. You owe me 3 wishes at least. So the dark genie and this general guy starts like destroying the world.
Oh my
But
god.
like the fairies, it gets a little it gets a little rainbow here, okay? Um so there are these things called fairies, and they capture Towen, and they choose him to go on this quest where he needs to go into this cave, and every single time you go into a cave, it's a random number generator cave of hot mess, and you have to collect all the items for that town, and then you have to geolocate where everyone's supposed to be on your map so everyone's happy, and then once you're done with that, you can go off into the next city and do it all over again, rinse and
Yeah.
repeat. But in the process of doing this, you collect friends. So like, um, one's a cat that you wish to turn into a human, and she's like a girl cat who can like shoot people with a what do you call those? The sticks with the string?
Oh, slingshot.
Slingshots, thank you. And then, like, there's like a then you get your own personal genie, and she does, like, long magic throws and things like that,
Oh
and then you meet this, like, other guy, he's like Donatello with a long stick and things like that, but
yeah.
it's got a lot of RPG stuff to it, so if you're not good at RPGs, I would suggest not doing it at all. Yeah, but anyway, I like what's really cool about it is, like, you can do, like, you can do an above ground, like, look at, like, your city and geolocate everybody around, and then you
Yeah.
can say, "I wanna drop in there," and then your towing doesn't even have to you don't have to run, you have to walk, you just drop right there, and then you're running around town doing shit.
That's awesome.
So, it's very immersive, it's a very beautiful, video game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's a PlayStation 2 for me.
Like I said, like I always thought about playing that game, and I remember seeing it as a kid. I never did.
Think it's currently on the PlayStation, network thing. I think that's how, the boyfriend and I were able to pull that old fossil up. I think they also have the second one up, but don't play the second one. It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, I
It's
seen when
literally
I
a
was
hot
looking
mess.
up Dark Cloud. I seen that it said Dark Cloud too, and I was like,
No one knew about it. That's the thing about it, and no one wanted to know about it. It's such a bad second game in that
yeah, I
series, that
never
that's
even
probably
played
why
it.
they haven't even done a third one. No.
That makes sense.
Not good. In fact, I think I played it once and it crashed. I made it crash and
Oh,
I was like, "How?" Yeah. Mhm. Never revisited.
huh?
How about you, man?
Well, oh my god. Oh,
You
that
good?
was yeah. I freaking oh my. No, that honestly that was it for me. If you have more,
That was it for
go
you?
for it. Yeah.
Come on an adventure with me
All
here,
right.
Dom. Okay, Mario Galaxy on the Wii.
Ooh. See,
Tell me
so
that's not a beautiful video game to see, to be in,
you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you
you know?
that. I'll give you that.
Yeah, alright. And if those who haven't played, essentially,
It's
it's a very
classic.
three-dimensional
Yeah.
Mario video game. There were moments I remember doing this. I don't know if, like, you still do this, but have you ever, like, played a video game where you've had to, like, do it like this,
Oh god,
and then
yeah,
play your
dude.
video game
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
and then, like Yeah, um, Mario Galaxy is, notorious for that. So, I mean, if you can make me, like, sit on my couch upside down, and then I get, like, a blood rush after, like, 5 minutes, then 10 out of 10, you win.
I'm trying to think right off the
Um,
rip of my head.
and that's the Nintendo Wii for me. It's
I
weird because, like, that was, like, the headliner to that whole game system, so and they have a sequel, but I don't know. How do you do better than that?
yeah, you're right.
I guess
Yeah, no, that was
I guess
ahead of
Mario
its time.
Odyssey?
I was gonna say that was ahead of its
Mhm.
time. Honestly, a lot of Mario games I
Yeah.
feel like I could visit, especially 64 that you mentioned, especially
Hmm.
64. Besides,
Now,
and
I did play Mario 64 on the DS, and what they did was they retooled the game where you start off as Yoshi,
yeah,
and then you have to go and save Mario, and he's the red cap, and then you have to go and save, Luigi, and he does the invisibility cap,
oh yeah,
and then you have to go and you have to save Wario, and he's the metal cap. Do you remember those?
it sounds familiar, but
Like the caps that make you do the different things?
see, the only thing that comes into my mind is Mario Odyssey, but that's the newer one because he
Right,
throws.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
like, there was, like
I don't remember what you're talking
yeah,
about.
but, like, in six in 64, there were, like, the red blocks, and there was, like, the green blocks,
Oh
and there was
yeah, oh
a
that's what
blue
you're talking
box.
about. Yeah, and then yeah, okay,
Yeah.
now I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so, on the DS version, you would have the
you
invisibility
can.
cap, or I
Yeah,
believe that was blue, you would have to go back, get Luigi, and then those
Yeah,
would
I
be available to
hated
you.
that. I hated that because I forgot they
Yeah.
did remake it
So
for
they kinda retooled the video game a little bit, and, every I believe, like, every character, Yoshi, Mario, Luigi, and Wario, um, had their own set of stars that only they could get.
right. Yeah, I remember that too because it
Yeah.
kind of reminded me of the Donkey Kong where you had to be certain, yeah, Kongs too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I
So
hated
that
that
was so
feature
that was a
so
thing.
much.
Well, so, like, that was kinda, like, the thing that made, like, Donkey Kong, like, go, like, so long without getting a new video game was because the folks over at Rare, they were like, "Okay, we have this video game," and, like, I think, like, their headline producer or whoever that was like, "Yeah, but, like, where are the coins? Where are the bananas?
Right,
Where are these things?" He literally wanted to build a game. If there was ever like, a thesis to that video game, it was collect all the things.
right.
That's what that video game was, and so you did it as Donkey Kong, as Diddy Kong, as Tiny Kong, Lanky Kong, and Chunky Kong all 5 times,
You know,
and you'd have to remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
For an honorable mention for me, real quick, as we just mentioned it,
yeah.
and I wouldn't mind visiting is Pokemon. Any Pokemon, that would be fucking awesome. I feel like
Yeah,
any fan out there would
right,
love to be in a Pokemon world. I mean, come on,
right. Yeah, and I don't
I don't
even
have a
like, I know,
specific
like,
one.
maybe,
I
like,
know, like everybody's like, "Well, what's your specific?" Is it what we talked about earlier? Is it blue, yellow? Is it emerald,
yeah,
sapphire? I don't really have a specific
yeah.
one. I know maybe some regions are better than others, and for you Pokemon fans out there that are hardcore fans, they'll be like, "Oh no, this region's so much better." Me personally, I would just love to be in a Pokemon world, honestly.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I don't even care if it's, Pokemon Yellow or Pokemon Y. Those are, like, honestly the only 2 that I think I've played
Oh,
all the way
really?
through. And but I don't care if it's pixelated, I don't care if it's a little bit more three-dimensional, but
Yeah.
you know what?
See, everybody's gonna
I
be
think you're
mad at
right
me.
too, yeah.
I stopped at Sapphire, and then I picked back up at Sword and realized everything I missed, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like this is like god tier, like Diamond, Ruby, like again what we all mentioned, Scarlet, Violet,
Yeah.
freaking. I mean, dude, and like mind you, I'm talking, and this is the god honest truth. I'm talking from Game Boy Advance when Sapphire came out, all the way up to Nintendo
Yep.
Switch. So all through that
Yeah.
middle I miss, and then I'm like low key kind of revisiting. I'm like, this is
Okay.
good. This is good.
Do Pokemon Stadium. Do Pokemon Stadium too, by the way.
Ooh, I think I have. Hold on. That's the
That was on
one
the N64, I
N64.
think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I have. I
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
that on
yeah. Oh! Since we're talking about environments, on the N64, was Pokemon Snap.
ooh. I heard that
The
flopped
one where you, like, roll around with the
hardcore.
camera?
I never played it, but my sister did, and she told me how terrible it was. And she told me her experience. Oh, dude, and it's not just her. Like like all the kids around me who played Pokemon, they like I said, it flopped around. At least where I'm from.
Really? I
Oh
thought it
yeah.
was so cool. Because all you gotta do is just roll around, give Pikachu an apple, and then he'll do a and then you just take a picture and, like, that's the one you want, you know?
That's the one.
Or you throw, like, stun ball at, like, the
Yes.
King of Scone,
I've
and then,
watched
like, he,
gameplay
like,
of it.
freaks out.
You throw like the little fruit,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Oh, hard."
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah, like, actually
Listen, I
so,
love
like, I'm
Pokemon, but
thinking
I'm
about it, I'm like,
not like a
"Oh god, you know
hardcore.
what?" No, 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 not at all, not at all. In fact, I didn't even know that the character for that video game was actually a character in the anime, so that was news to me. That's kinda like okay, for example, it took me how old did I get ma oh, yeah, 38. It took me 38 years to realize that if you put the letter CE after my name, Sean,
Yeah.
it spells the word seance.
Oh my god.
English is hard, man. Like okay, so the next game that I had written down was on the Xbox 360. Now, mind you, I did skip the Xbox because I did not play the Xbox, so my apologies to those who are Xboxers that I did not
I would
mention
say
an
Halo
Xbox
for
game that I
mine,
would wanna go
honestly. Like
visit.
who wouldn't want,
Yeah, that's
you
such a
know?
default,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Just for you Xbox people out there,
I said
Halo. There you
Alan
go.
I said for the Xbox 360, Alan Wake.
I respect it.
very immersive,
Yeah.
very woods. It kind of reminds me of like the Northwest or like the upper eastern area of America, you know, like
Yeah.
the Vermont, maybe Pennsylvania area.
As fucked up as it
Um
sounds, I think
and
for
then
the
we could
Xbox 360, real quick, just for an honorable mention for me, Left 4
yeah.
Dead 2. It does have
Okay,
some
yeah,
cool
yeah, yeah, yeah.
sceneries there. You know what I'm saying? Besides the zombie
Yeah.
bullshit, like I'm thinking of these like
Yeah. Yeah.
as places I would like to
Like if
visit,
you take
not
the
with the
zombies out, you
bullshit.
just like walked.
Yeah. Honestly, like
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I
If you just
believe
take the
it's
zombies
called the
out.
pair no, what's my favorite level from Left 4 Dead 2? I believe is I think it is the parish or whatever. My favorite oh, god damn it. I even have Left 4 Dead 2 Left 4 Dead. I think it's the parish.
Remember Left 4 Dead 1, but I don't know if was 2 the one with the clowns?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't play that one.
Yeah, see
Like, I
the
don't have
parish
anything
for
against
some odd
clowns.
reason I absolutely love. And it's also the cornfield map.
Okay,
That's awesome. Maybe it just brought me back home because I'm from cornfields.
maybe.
But yeah, no. So
Yeah,
and the carnival, yeah, that you were talking about the clowns. Yeah.
yeah.
I love Left 4
I
Dead.
also, if I
You named
remember
one.
correctly, I think I was also in a weird spot where in life, like when that game came out, it was like I could either A, rent this, B, borrow it from a friend,
Oh,
C,
see, when Left 4
buy it
Dead dropped,
myself.
dude, like that was the talk of my school. And I mean, like that was
Yeah,
like if you got Left 4 Dead, that was like owning Mortal Kombat back in the 80s, dude. Everybody was like,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you on that. And I was having to weigh between either paying my rent or playing that game, and I was like, I'd rather have a roof over my head
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
see, I think
So
when that game came out, I was like 8. But with that being said, Valve, stop making only two fucking games. You made Portal 1, Portal 2. You made fucking Team Fortress 2. You made Half-Life, Half-Life 2. I got you guys out there. We're PC gamers. We're waiting for a Half-Life 3. What the fuck's going on? And with that being said, to moral that fucking story up, you made Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Valve, make Left 4 Dead 3. That's like me asking for
but
Red
didn't
Dead
they do that?
Redemption for Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare 2. Just saying.
Question. Didn't they do didn't Valve make
Well, they made that Half-Life VR thing, which people claim to be 3, but like,
no, there was a new game that came out not too long ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and it was pretty much Left 4 Dead, but it was called something
bleh. Oh,
else.
Back for Blood.
Um,
Yeah, I
Back
played
for
that. I
Blood.
played the
Yes.
trial for
Is
that.
that
It wasn't.
Valve?
No, but it was made by the people at Turtle Rock who made
Oh,
Evolve, which was technically a company with Valve, pretty much. Like they were workers from Valve with that. But
uh-huh.
Turtle Rock, actually, fun fact,
Oh.
I just mentioned in that moto vlog video that I sent you, I mentioned about Turtle Rock and the game that came out. So I'm not going to spoil it for you because you got to watch the video. But there is a secret
Okay.
thing that happened at that. So anyway, real quick, one more honorable mention for me, and then that's it for me for sure. Because as we were talking about old classic games, Cry of Fear, I love that game. Not
I
shouting
have
out the
fear.
dude no more. Yeah, you remember that. I recommended you that game and you couldn't
Oh,
come through
yeah.
on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Beautiful scenery,
Yes.
beautiful story. Fuck that guy now because if you know, you know. Anyway,
That
um, so yeah, that happened. But yeah, no, the Cry of Fear is great. Love the scenery. I love the atmosphere. I love that.
what about, like, the Xbox? Well, you're an Xboxer, right?
No,
You played
PlayStation.
Xbox? No, you're
I was
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Well,
Okay.
I'm PC now, but I'm PlayStation. I used to be PlayStation
Right, yeah.
from
Um,
2013.
I have for my Xbox One moment, for my Xbox One, era, I wrote down, the Blair Witch because of, like, the
I didn't
woods.
play that, but it
Again,
came
something
out on
about me and
PC.
woods.
PC. It came out on PC.
Yeah. Um, I also liked, Layers of Fear, Little Nightmares. I
Okay.
know that these are also
Oh,
PCable.
I
And
respect Little
then
Nightmares hardcore. Yeah.
right? Yeah. It was good, especially for it being linear. And then there's this other linear one that I did not know of. I'm a sleeper on this one, but there's two video games of it. It's a platformer. It's also pixelated art. So, but it's really really
Pixelated
beautiful.
art, I'm
For
already a
pixelated art.
sucker of. Sucker of pixelated
It's
art.
called Blasphemous. So
Mm.
the boyfriend unit, he is a huge fan of Blasphemous. Oh, you've seen? Oh, so you know.
I heard that
Okay.
it's like the Elden Ring of like 2D. I
Yes.
heard it's like a
Yeah, it
Souls
very
like
much
2D.
is.
Yeah. That's why I want to
Yes, it
play it
is very much like that.
because they made a second one now, right?
It's they have to.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Why say less? Make more. We talked about Silent Hill 2, the remake. I threw in there also Silent Hill F more recently because of the
I
Steam Deck.
respect it. I respect it. Not the fucking
Yeah.
again, not the monsters, not the gameplay, but the scenery, 100% Silent Hill F. But besides that, fuck
Yeah.
that game.
It really
Shouldn't
makes me
have
want
an
to go and
invent.
visit Japan.
Oh, 100%. That's why I
It
was
really makes me
excited. I
yeah.
even talked to you about this. I'm a 50s guy. I love the 1950s, even though it was set in 1960s. It's like, bro, we got 1960s and Japan. Hell yeah. Then the game came out. And then, all I'm going to say is
Yeah.
y'all dogged on Silent Hill Origins. But but dude, everybody loved F. I'm like, are you stupid? Because you're in the same groups as me, and everybody's like, F is like the best one ever. I'm like,
Not ever. Not
bro,
ever.
I might
Not
consider
ever.
Homecoming
Ever
better than that, and Homecoming's bad. Homecoming's bad, dude.
Homecoming was an experience, okay? Um, Homecoming was an experience. Um, okay, and then for bonus mentions, because we're at the end of my list here, but bonus mentions, this goes all the way back to kid Sean here, playing a video game on the computer at the ripe age of 5, maybe even 6, was a little video game by the name of King's Quest 4.
Ooh, I know. I again never played the game. Know it.
Yes. It was my first adventure game. It was a little spooky, but like, it taught me how to use the computer and commands and things like that, like really simple commands too. So all in all, I guess I would say thank you, Roberta Williams and Ken Williams, from, little old me in the early 90s learning how to play a video game or learn how to. So I don't know if you know this.
Strategy.
Uh, Worse than that. So Windows 3 specifically, okay? You would have to close Windows like a program, okay? And then you'd come up to a black screen and it said C:/, and then you'd have to type in the
Right.
directory to your video game and then press enter, and then it would run a script, and then it would find that file, and then it would launch your video game. I had to do that at the age of 5.
Bro knows
I
coding
still use some of that knowledge. Yeah, dude, I was doing that at the age of 5, 6, 7 years old to play a simple point and click video game. So thank you, Roberta Williams and Ken Williams. I appreciate you all for teaching me things that will not help me out in my 50s and 60s. Right.
Did you want to share
So
your
yeah, that's
stuff
it.
that you have for us that
Hell
I have
yeah.
not heard?
So yes, so this year, for the Evil Hour, we are doing urban legends, and so the past episodes we have done urban legends that are local around my neck of the woods because Dom and I live on separate parts of the United States. So a little bit of this is me telling him or teaching him or telling you guys things that have unfortunately or fortunately have happened in the California greater Northwest area. So today we are going to go into the Black Dahlia of Los Angeles.
Yes.
The noir legend, yeah, the noir legend of the Black Dahlia. Of all the ghost stories who haunt the palm-lined boulevards of Los Angeles, none is more iconic and more tragic than Elizabeth Short. Known to history as the Black Dahlia, her story is the ultimate California noir, a tale of mid-century glamour, a gruesome end, and a mystery that has morphed into a permanent urban legend. And I remember Dom, you said that you went down a rabbit hole with the Black Dahlia.
Yes,
So at any
recently.
point you want to add in, just let me know.
And also,
While the facts of her,
shout out to
oh,
the Black Dahlia Murder metal band. Rest in peace, the singer. But
right. While the facts of her 1947 murder are well documented by the LAPD, okay, like we're going to trust them, and lore of the Black Dahlia has taken on a life of its own, turning a victim of a crime into a spectral figure of the Hollywood landscape. So here's the origins, or at least the origin story of the Starlit Dream cut short. Elizabeth Short arrived in Los Angeles in the 1940s with the same dream of thousands of others to see her name in the lights. She was 22, strikingly beautiful, with porcelain skin and jet black hair, often adorned with a white gardenia. The nickname Black Dahlia didn't actually come from the press until after her death. It was reportedly a play on the popular 1946 film The Blue Dahlia, coined by customers at a drugstore she frequented in Long Beach, who noticed her penchant for sheer black clothing. On the 15th of January 1947, her body was discovered in a vacant lot in Leimert Park. The brutality of the scene, her body had been severed completely in half and posed sent shockwaves through the city. And despite over 150 suspects and dozens of, quote, confessions from attention seekers, the killer was never caught. So here's the lore: the ghost of the Biltmore Hotel. The transition from true crime to urban legend centers heavily on the Millennium Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. This was the last place Elizabeth was seen alive on the 9th of January 1947 when she was dropped off at the lobby. So, this is what they call the ghost, the Lady in Black. Staff and guests at the Biltmore have reported sightings of a pouty faced young woman with black hair and a black dress wandering the hallways. And unlike many vengeful spirits, the Dahlia is described as a melancholic figure. She is often seen near the elevators or in the lobby looking for someone who never arrives, only to vanish when approached. Another staple of the legend places her spirit at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Though she is actually buried in Oakland, the lore suggests her soul remains tied to the Hollywood she so desperately wanted to conquer. Locals tell stories of a pale woman in 1940s attire seen walking among the headstones of famous actors disappearing into the evening smog. And then there's these things called the cursed photographs. In the digital age, oh, this is some bullshit that I totally like love to knock out because just put a pin in it. I went to the what's it called? The Washoe Hotel in Virginia Beach, Nevada, and they did this like little bit where they were like, okay, so there's this ghost called the selfie ghost. So they threw my ass in this one room with like a chair, and there was like a hall. There was like this like. It used to be a cigar room, and
yeah,
there was like this big window to my left, and I was like, oh fuck these motherfuckers, I'm gonna play a fucking ghost prank on them. So while the guy who was like doing the whole thing was like trying to gin up the spooks of like this selfie ghost.
yeah.
He was like, "Okay, everyone, turn around and let's take a selfie." So he like does that, right? And their backs are all towards me. They all take a selfie. I'm not in the room. I jumped the window and was hiding around the corner.
Oh,
And so when everyone saw that like I was no longer in the room, they all freaked the fuck out because they were like, "Oh my god, where the fuck is?" And like, of course, you know, my buddy that I went on this tour with was like, "Where the fuck is Sean?"
shit.
And I come around behind them. I'm like, "What you looking for?" And they all scream even more than that. Like it was. I hate the
That's
digital
funny.
age of ghost hunting. Okay,
Yeah.
like. So anyway, a new layer of folklore has emerged, and some paranormal enthusiasts claim the photographs taken at the site of her discovery at the Biltmore often feature an anom- anomalies. I'm gonna say that's a word. Streaks of light or dark shadows which weren't visible to the naked eye, leading to the belief her energy is permanently imprinted on the city's geography. So, fact or fiction, right? Black Dahlia legend persists because it embodies the dark side of Hollywood. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of the big break and the anonymity of the city. Over the decades, the lore has been fueled by literary noir, such as James Ellroy's famous novel, The Black Dahlia, blurred the lines between hard boiled fiction and the historical fact of an entire generation. And even fueling the surrealist theory, one of the most persistent, though unproven legends is that her murderer was a performance art piece committed by someone in the 1940s surrealist art circle, adding a layer of high society macabre to the story. So, the legacy of Elizabeth Short, this poor old lady. Today, the Black Dahlia is more than a cold case. She is a symbol of Los Angeles' hidden history. True crime tours stop at the Biltmore daily, and the Dahlia cocktail remains a popular order at the hotel bar. And this is where all the adults get to chime in. Hey, wake up! We got alcohol to talk about. So, to make a classic Black Dahlia martini recipe via the Los Angeles Times, this is all you needed: 3 ounces of vodka, preferably black vodka like Balvod, half an ounce of Chambord black raspberry liqueur, a half ounce of Kahlua coffee flavored liqueur, garnished with a twist of orange. I know, right? I'm like, oh, that sounds actually kind of good. So black raspberry, coffee, vodka, a twist of orange peel. Stir all ingredients in a cocktail pitcher with ice, then strain into a chilled martini glass. Now, while the urban legend focuses on the ghost and the gore, and the enduring fascination reminds us of a young woman who, in a twisted irony, finally achieved the immortality she sought, just not the way she had hoped. And that is the story of the Black Dahlia of Los Angeles.
Yeah, no, how I know Chambord is that my buddy from Sacramento has showed me that, and how I make a PBJ shot is Chambord and Screwball.
Oh,
Oh,
you know
no,
what? That sounds really fun.
no, is it called Screwball? Or yeah, yeah, with the goat
It's
and it's
it's
a
yeah.
peanut butter liquor. Yeah,
Yep.
he showed me that, and that's how I
Yeah.
knew Chambord. So when he said Chambord, I was like, ooh, all right, know that.
Ooh, yeah. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
that was great, Sean. I love that.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
I gotta try
And
that
then we'll
drink
be
out.
doing
Maybe we'll
another
try that
urban
out
legend.
on next stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm gonna have to like start ordering the ingredients
Yeah, yeah,
now.
you have to send me that. With that being said, guys, next time we'll
Oh
try to
yeah.
do the same thing we do every night, trying to survive. Don't forget to like, follow, and hit subscribe button, and join the. Oh my god, what the? Oh, Patreon. Every bit helps. My name is Dominic and slash Restaurant Fake, and I'm here with
I'm Sean.
wishing you all the best. Till then, and as always, shout out to our moderators. You know, we got my wife
Absolutely.
and Grime, and who's yours? I always forget. Light Bright
Oh,
Indie. I know is
I got the
one.
sound. Light Bright Indie, King
King J.
J935,
Yeah,
Restaurant, Go Johnny Go, 85, and Leave It to Me.
that's it.
I got it down like a song. I have to sing it like a song. If I don't, I'm gonna forget a name.
We make sure our community is always safe, and the evil donors out there. With that being said, we'll see you in pleasant
Unpleasant dreams,
dreams.
everyone.